What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel once again, Dash Lifestyle YouTube channel. Kindly, if you are new to the channel, please remember to subscribe, like, share and also comment. So I'm here with one of my friends.
Yeah, hello guys, I go by the name called Sam. That's my YouTube channel, also you can check me out. Yes.
So guys, today we are here on the rooftop and there is something that we want at least to design. You know, I'm here with my brother and he has done more about aviation. I don't know if this is the correct word.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
So today, because Marwa he said that soon we will be creating a helipad, so we just want to sketch how the helipad it will be, and also the position that helipad, when the helicopter is coming, where it will be landing. So I'm here with at least he has a knowledge about helicopters or aviation, so maybe he needs to explain where he thinks that Amaro is going to put a helipad. So maybe you can...
Yeah, so guys, in this, we are in the top of the villa, as you can see. And nowadays, people are, rich people, like our boss here, always put a helipad where they can land and drop off the building. A helipad, for those who don't know, is a place where helicopters usually lands. A place like an airstrip. You can call it an airstrip, it's not an airstrip because airstrip is a land down. But this is a helipad, a small place where a helicopter can land and can easily take off. So as you can see,
maybe to cut you short.
Yes.
Is there any difference between a chopper and a helicopter?
There's no that large difference because they both are, it's almost one thing. Yeah. It's just that people usually use nowadays the chopper. The helicopter sounds a little longer name.
Okay, and it's one thing.
It's one thing. Yes.
And how many? The maximum number that can a helicopter can have the passengers?
Yeah, the lowest carries 4 passengers, and the highest can carry. Okay, the lowest can carry 2, and the highest can carry up to 30 passengers.
30 passengers.
Yes, that's the longest helicopter so far that we know.
Okay.
But I'm hearing that the one that has come out left that carries up to 50, but it's so rare.
Oh, 50. There's another one.
Yeah, it's still out of the manufacturer. It was not ready, but it's almost
Okay, so you are showing us the place where helicopter can land.
Yeah. So in this rooftop, before an aircraft lands, we have to have something. In aviation, we consider there's some things that we consider. For example, number one, we consider the safety of the people, because people, we are everything. So we have to consider safety as the priority. Aviation is all about safety. Like even in the morning today, we had Kenya Airways, which was flying all the way to Kigali, Rwanda. And as it was approaching Rwanda, Kigali, it encountered some kind of mist. The pilot attempted 2 times to land the aircraft, but it was not possible in the morning. So the aircraft had to turn around back and return to Nairobi. And the passengers were rescheduled back, and they will later catch their flight. So safety is the key in aviation. And as I was describing about this, I'm going to describe something about helicopters specifically. And helicopters are known as they are propeller planes type of aircraft. And in this case, there are 2 types of aircraft. There's a fixed wing, and the fixed wing is the one that you call it aeroplane. It has wings, and it cannot land here because it needs a huge space of surface so that it can land and take off. But in terms of when you talk about helicopter, can even land at a smaller environment like here. So in this villa, we are going to see where the helicopter will be landing, and that's what we are talking about, the helipad today. So if I can, we can show. So in this case,
so maybe to ask you something. Yes. So I think this house just here in the rooftop is big enough. So how many helicopters can land here?
You can have like approximately three.
Three helicopters here.
Three can land here.
At the same time.
Not really, but even at the same time, yes. At the same time, yes, it is possible. But I always say, in aviation, we have to consider safety, because a helicopter, when it comes to land, it has a huge wing, not wing, the propeller blade. So when you say three at once, it will be somehow difficult, but it will depend on the experience of the pilot. Some pilot can land, but some cannot, because it depends on the experience of the pilot. So when it comes to land, we can have, you see this space right here. There's a type of aircraft that is not so huge. There's the one that we call the one type that we call Eurocopter. Eurocopter can land here because its propeller are not so huge. So it can land here, and this Eurocopter can carry up to 12 passengers. 12 passengers. It carry from 2, 4, and 8 and 12 maximum. Yes. So it can land here, and then we could. But remember, we have to consider this space where people are coming in to board, and even when they are leaving the aircraft. So it has to be a little far from the door, because when the aircraft lands here, this propeller is so huge that it can affect the door and even someone who is close to the door. So it has to, when we want to sketch a helipad right here, we'll consider the sides of the wall. Like you see this wall, it can have like close to 3 meters apart from the wall, and then apart from the wall, and then the other side we have to consider also some meters, so that it can stand at a place where it's not it's safe for everyone. Yeah.
So maybe we go to show us where you can land.
Yes. So in this case, the safest way we can a place we can place the helipad. I was trying to design it will be somewhere here, and this means that we will have only one helicopter landing at a time. One helicopter, because of the safety of the environment. Like you can see here, we have a huge space. Like the door is so far. When someone is coming in from the villa, wants to board the aircraft, there's a huge space that someone can get in, and he will not be affected when the aircraft is rotating its propeller. So I was preparing that we come with places for helipad. Here, somewhere here. That's why I was designing a helipad here. And most in this case, it's supposed to at least face this direction, not this. No?
Why?
Okay, there's some reason. Number one, I'll say because we have a lot of trees around here. Like when an aircraft is coming in for landing, there's trees this side. So I'm not saying it's so impossible for an aircraft to land from this direction. It's possible, but it depends with number one, weather, and number two, the experience of a pilot. And when a pilot is not so experienced, for example, and maybe he has never flown to such remote areas like here, it will be a bit difficult for him to land here. And the best way he will use will approach here, he will come from this side, because we don't have many trees. Yes. Yeah, we don't have many trees that are covering this side, so it is much easier for the pilot to descend from this side. So there's another factor that is so important to consider when landing in this villa and everywhere. That is weather. I'm talking about there's something known as mist. Everyone know about mist, and so there's some days that we wake up very early in the morning, you find it's mist everywhere. That time is very dangerous for an aircraft to land because of visibility. A pilot cannot be able to see or to spot where the aircraft will be landing, and in that case, what we do as in aviation industry, we are mostly advised not to land at that particular time. And that's why I was saying most cases when it is missed, you cannot spot it. That's why it's so difficult for a pilot to land on big elevation, because it can easily cause an accident, because it's not seen outside. And there are some factors we consider when an aircraft is supposed to land or take off. And the weather is a key. And in general, we're talking about the visibility. The pilot must be able to have vision.
So
not even to rely on the weather system in an aircraft.
Sometimes some very
weather system you can
they always ask me
how the weather is, but you must be visually able to see with your own eyes, to see how the weather is.
Okay.
So when approaching a place like this,
go to the beach.
Very, very
You want to see those
with the
yeah,
weather.
do it.
But it really depends with exactly whatever whatever the management.
So weather is key and the visibility is key. You have to be able to spot where you are landing. You cannot, an aircraft, you cannot land when you are not seeing anything. The same way that I've given you an example of Kenya Airways today, which was heading to Kigali. The pilot could not see where he was landing. He knows they are at the airport, yes, but he cannot land. That's the rules of aviation. You cannot land where you're not seeing. You have to visually see where you land. Yes.
So you have said this is the best area.
This is the best area, considering the safety of people and even this building. The reason as why I'm saying this helicopters will be here, so far from we have a huge surface here. You see the length and the width. Yeah, it's far. In the center. I'm considering the center because when this aircraft will be at this point, it's so safer for anyone to access it and even to get out, even if it's rotating the wings. So in this case, letter H is supposed to be.
I usually see that side. What the H means?
Yes, H means helicopter. Helicopter, or in general, helipad. Helipad. Yeah. Helipad means helicopter. Helicopter, like a field where helicopters can land. And if you go to big cities like Nairobi, even in Mombasa, Kenya, or even Dubai, in tall buildings they have a helipad because that's the easiest way these people can access. In terms of transport,
So if you are a pilot and you see the letter H,
yes,
top of the building, that means you can land in that.
Yes, you can land very, 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 very well. But it depends on whether sometimes it can be a private one. You are not authorized to land there. But when in terms of emergency, you can land. You can land even if you are not allowed. It's emergency and you will be accepted. Now, the letter H is usually painted white. In most of the time, it's painted white. The reason why it is painted white because when you are out there, you can be able to spot like that color. You can be able to sit down. You can spot that aircraft. That H. That is where you can land. And that's why in most cases it's painted white because of visibility. When for example, it was supposed to be painted maybe other color like red, green. That color is not so much visible when you are out there. It's not shouting exactly. It's not shouting. So you can misquote or misunderstood the position. You can maybe see, you'll imagine, in aviation we don't guess anything. We have to be sure 100%. That's why an aircraft is flown by a pilot in the aircraft, and we have someone known as ATC, Air Traffic Control, who is seated at the airport for helping this pilot to navigate around the skies and even during airport. That guy is seated in the office in the airport, the tower. We have the control tower. That's where the traffic controller, we call him ATC, air traffic control. He controls all the aircraft which are landing and taking off in all the skies, like limited skies. For example, Kenya. Ready? So I was saying we have, that's why in aviation we don't guess anything. We have to be specific, sure of what we are doing, even before you fly an aircraft, for example. Before this aircraft departs from, for example, you have to fly from Nyabo Hanse here to maybe Bigori town. Before you even make a move, even though this aircraft is yours, you have bought it personally yours, the condition is always that you have to license it with the ATC, air traffic control. You know, this place, you know, something funny about aviation is that you can own an aircraft, but the skies are never yours. You know? You are limited. This sky you cannot fly anyhow. Like the way you can drive your car from here, you just move. No, yeah, you cannot fly anywhere. You have to request first. In order to be given in order for you to be authorized to fly or to move from one point to another, you need to request. Yes. So when you want to move, for example, that's why you have something known as a flight chart. A flight chart describes the time that you are leaving a certain place, and generally it's a trip. It's a calculation of trip, where you're heading, the time you're moving, and all those kind of the weather, everything. So before you take off from one point to another, you have to request from ATC, air traffic controller. That is that's from Nairobi, most. That's the headquarters. You have to request from them. That's why you see pilots having the headphones or in their head. Before they take off, they have to have that, because that helps them in communication. Yes, they communicate through with the ATC and is able to be given further information, like to depart from one point to another. For example, the way I'm saying that you want to move from here to Bigori town, what you have to do, you have to request, and you can be denied the takeoff. You know, you can be denied. It's not a must that you are guaranteed you will go, even if you have the aircraft you are. Because we talk about safety, and safety is the key. In this video, you have heard me talking about safety so many times. And you know, aviation is the safest means of transport that you can ever find. Yes, that's the safest, I can say the safest compared to any other. That's because they prioritize the safety, you know. Yes, before you take off, you have to request, and you have to be sure of what you are going to. Like, they have to be sure. If they are clearing you to go to Bigori, they have to be sure, because they do not interfere you with another traffic. There's another aircraft coming in and where you're heading to. They have to control you and make you distance so that you cannot be close to one another. In short, that's why you find it so rare for an aircraft to collide with another. It's so rare, very rare.
So yes. Maybe to ask you, how heavy is
helicopter is not that much heavy compared to this jet fixed wing. Yeah, it's much. I'm not sure about tons.
So it cannot bring this house down?
No. No, it cannot. It cannot, because you know, the foundation of this house is strong, and even most building like this one, the engineer himself who designed this house, he knew exactly what he was doing, because he had to make this concrete much stronger because of such activities like helicopters landing here, and yeah, it has to be strong, especially a villa like this. It has to be very strong, but not any other house, because you know, there's some houses like in Nairobi, there's some houses which helicopter cannot land, because you know this top roof is not that much strong, and it's not so safe. But I can think close to 70% of the building helicopter can land.
Okay.
Yes.
So maybe to ask you, if you want to become a pilot, how long are you going to study that?
Okay, in terms of study, it depends. It will depend with you know, there's something known as, we have two main licenses that you are studying to become, to have. Number one, in every aviation field, number one license you must have as a pilot. You want to become a pilot. Number one, you must have something known as a PPL. That is private pilot license. That's what you study for. Even if you want to fly commercial aircraft, you have to have the PPL pass. That is private pilot license. That one guarantees you, like you know, you go through examination, and not one, so many examinations. It will depend the country that you are going to have your study. For example, in Kenya, you might you don't have so many resources, and in that case, the education is much lower compared to the developed countries like United States, London, that area. Because in Kenya you can go to up to close to 4 years for you to have PPL only, the private pilot license. And it also depends on the school and how fast, maybe you are catching up with this one. Because addition we are not getting it. Before you go to another exam, another examination of course, they have to ensure that you have passed this exam, that is the first. Because any slight mistake will mess up everything. So they have to be sure you are qualified to move to the next assessment, and then after you go exam and your aviation is you don't finish studying. You keep on studying. Even if you are flying today, there's still something known as the current training. Still every pilot must undergo at least 6 months. After every 6 months, they have they go to class, they have to do another exam, they have to be tested even English, and then English language is key in aviation. Every country, every country that even like for example Indians, maybe they don't know English so well. Maybe Tanzanians, they don't. But for you to qualify to be a pilot, you must know that English. English is the key number one in subject. Like you must know, because communication is in aviation is all based in English. Yes.
So maybe I have my producer here. I don't know if she has any question maybe to ask. So you can come this side and you ask your question. First of all, you can introduce yourself.
Okay, my good people, welcome back to Dash Lifestyle YouTube channel.
Yeah.
My name is Tende_Marwa.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me in your channel. I was the camera lady.
Yeah.
My question is, I have one question.
Yes.
You talked of having licenses, asking permission whether to land an helicopter here.
Yes.
How about, is it Marwa who will be asking for the permission, or the person who needs to land the helicopter here?
Okay, now, for example, let's assume that Marwa, for example, I'll give you 2 examples. For example, number 1, we are having a party like this, and there are rich people out there, who wants to come into to Nyabo Hansen to pick my Marwa. Now, before that the work of that passenger, what he will do, he will go to the airport. That is Wilson Airport. That's where helicopters here in Kenya are landing. That's where you can board an helicopter. You can book your private and it will bring you right here. So by booking, you just pay like the way you book a car and you just board. Everything now is based on pilot. Pilot will now figure out, like he will plan before flying. That's why when you go to book, you will not just fly immediately, unless maybe if it's your own aircraft.
It's like the advance booking.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah.
So you have to do advance
booking, so that when you do advance booking, maybe at least you can at most maybe 2 hours prior. So these 2 hours will give this pilot to navigate exactly where they're taking you, and they'll request any assistance from the radar navigation, and also to the management. Like before they fly, you have to know request, and the request must be accepted before they and so if a passenger wants to come, it's so easy. It's not something that they'll struggle. They'll have to confirm first if there's a helipad or where are they going to land, and they cannot land just anywhere. They have to be specific spots. Like if you have a helipad here, the time we'll be building this helipad, it will be licensed. First of all, it's not something that we put it and we call it our helipad. No, it has to be.
That's where I was coming to.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
Like Marwa wants to do the helipad, right? Here, construct that.
Yeah.
So, can you take us the process that we should undergo before establishing the helipad?
Yeah, just the same as the same way he was building his house. He had to consult, the, what do you call them? This
Construction, wherever.
Yeah, there's a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has to be given the authority. Even if it's your own, everyone like, even if I'm building a house, maybe I may, if you're a rich big person, you may say like, I have money, so what can limit me? You have to be authorized, So for you to keep a helipad, the process is like this. First of all, you have to request. You'll go to we call it
KCA.
not KCA, sorry, KCA is from Kenya Port.
Kenya Aviation Authority.
Yeah, that is
KAC.
Yeah.
KA.
K-
We have KA.
yeah, that is KCA. They have to, they have to. No, it's Kenya Civil Aviation. Yeah, this here. They have to to give you the certificate. Even for example, if you want to own a drone, a drone is a part of aviation. You have to have license to fly a drone because they are not sure. Drones can be somehow spared with them
For security
purposes. So the same way in aviation we consider safety. And when Maro wants to have this helper, he not just tell these people to come and throw it. No. First of all, it has to go to the office of KCA and explain everything, and he will be given a green light. So he will come, and they will come with him, and they will assess the place. They'll tell him if it's safe, and they'll also consider this building if it's safe for an helicopter to land, and if anything lacks, they don't go, there's no shortcut in this. If there's something missing here, they'll tell him no. But if he aligns with everything, he'll be authorized to place it.
It is quite a process, right?
Yes, it's a process.
Like
Something that
how long does it take? Does it take months? Does it take hours? Does it take years?
Also you have to pay. So it depends with the level, like let's say money. It's all about money. If you have money and you can this process is not so hard, but it will also depend with the money and the time that these guys will review your request. So it cannot take a lot of time. For example, if Marwa give them the reason that I am expecting to receive visitors this month, they speed the process within a week.
It is all about agency.
Yes, it's all about agency. Yeah.
So there is no estimated time that one should wait for the license.
Not really. Okay. Not really. There's no that much time that's needed.
You've touched on something like you have to book like 2 hours before you fly out or in. My question is it a must that you have to book? Sorry, like can someone book in like 3 months in advance, 1 week in advance? Can he or she book?
Yes, you can book even. You can even book a year.
Oh, okay.
We'll say like next year I'll fly, and in fact that's the cheapest way of even flying. If you want to move from here to Nairobi, and you book in advance, they'll lower the price because you book it's an advance. So they lower it. You cannot pay the same as the person who book the prior day, a day two, or even the same day. The same day will much be expensive, and when you book much early, you have an advantage. And yeah.
How about does it apply to the private owners, like private jets? Some people do own jets. We don't. Like in Kenya, we have tycoons and MPs, members of parliament, government officials. They do own choppers.
Yeah.
Like, does it apply for those who are hiring and those who own the choppers? Does the rate applies the same?
It's the same
rate?
Yeah, but when we talk about owning, it's so easy for these people to access because they already have a license, and their license always talk of, they have the speed of departing and landing all the time. So they can easily access anywhere, because they are let's say they are authorized already, Yes, unlike this person who is coming for the first time and you are booking, it will have to be a process. Yes.
Does it apply for the foreigners or it is just only for the locals? Because I'm saying that because as you can see, most of my Marwa's friends and subscribers are international. Yeah. Let's say from diaspora. So does the same process apply to the people who are from diaspora, or it just applies to the people in Kenya and the Africa region?
Yeah, it applies the same.
Okay.
And it's fair. It's a fair game. They don't have to limit them or limit the locals. No, it's the fair thing. It's the fair game, and it's just the same. yes.
So you've said like I am Marwa's friends. Let's take an example of a Rodante or a Wingbowl. She has been gifted a land here.
Yeah.
She want to fly inside. If she want to fly to Kenya, she just fly with her own chopper from abroad and land here.
Yeah,
Is it possible?
It's possible. It's possible, but what I can say, there are two governments here. There's a Kenyan government and there's the American government.
Yeah.
So she has to comply with both in order for her to fly. And if she's accepted there, she cannot just come here and fly. But if she has been accepted also in Kenya, they have cooperated, she'll be accepted and she can come with a haircut and land here very well.
Oh, okay. I think you at least have learned something.
Yeah.
But because of the sun
is too hot.
you know,
Yes, so
I absorb a lot of.
Okay, maybe we should end this video here.
Yeah. So guys, thanks for watching. My YouTube channel goes by Gold Sansa. If you want to learn more about aviation, guys, you can check me out. I'll give my link will be below, maybe. Yeah. So you will also find me there. And also, if this video is useful to you, give it a like, a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, guys, and watch until the end. Always leave a sweet comment. Thank you so much, guys.
Hi, good people. We have come to an end of our interview. Thank you for watching. This is Tende_Marwa. To the Chinese subscribers, thank you for showing me much love. And those who are new here, kindly subscribe. Bye. Till next time. The sun is so hot. It's scorching.